What I want to talk about today is that tragic situation that happened between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf on April the 2nd. From my understanding, they was at a track meet where it was different schools, high schools that came together to do a track meet competition. And each school had their own tent set up. So the students or the people that was on the track team could sit up under. And I'm understanding that Carmelo set up under a tent to a school that he did not go to. And it was a school that Austin actually attended. When they came back, they seen him sitting there and they told him to move because he doesn't go to that school. From the different things I've been hearing, the first thing I ever heard was that the reason he was sitting under the tent is because it was raining. And he was sitting like just on the bleachers. And then when it started raining, he moved to sit up under the tent to get out of the rain. Then another story I heard was that he was sitting up under the tent because even though he went to a different school, he knew people that went to that school and he was socializing. But then at the same time, I was hearing people saying like he was just minding his business sitting there on his phone. So therefore, he wasn't actually socializing if he was on his phone. But the part I don't understand, if he sat there to get out of the rain, why didn't he just go to his own tent to sit under his, where his school at, go to his school's tent and just sit there? Why sit under another tent that belongs to a different school? That's one of the things I don't understand. And then two, if he was there under that tent to socialize with someone else, or maybe the person he was socializing with was still out on the field, why not just say, "Hey, I'm here because my friend, David. I'm here because of my friend Todd, or whoever it may be," and that would have kind of de-escalated the situation. Oh, I'm not just sitting here. I'm sitting here because I'm waiting for my friend to come back. He go to the school, and that would kind of help the situation. But it seemed like, from what I'm hearing, that it just went from 0 to 100 for no reason. A lot of people is trying to make this political. A lot of people trying to make this racial, but I don't see it that way. I just see it as, because just think of this. Just say you and a group of people, y'all go out to an event, and just say your group has a table, and y'all get up to go get something to eat or go get something to drink, and you come back and someone's sitting at that table. You're gonna let them know, hey, this is reserved for us. Your group. What group are you with? Oh, your group is over there. You're gonna say that. So for Austin to say that, that wasn't something out of the ordinary. Hey, what are you doing here? This is not your tent. You don't go to this school. Your school is over there. Why don't you sit under that tent? So that's my question. Why was he adamant? Why was Carmelo adamant about being under a tent to a school that he did not attend? And other than just saying, well, I'm going to, okay, no problem. Let me go ahead and go over to my tent. Why did it go from you're in the wrong tent to now you have someone that lost their life? They're no longer here, just from a conversation. And they're saying that they had a dialogue before Carmelo actually pulled out a knife. It was like, hey, you're under the wrong tent. Hey, don't touch me. If you touch me, I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. Why did it escalate that quick for no reason at all, other than just, okay, no problem, let me go to my tent? Okay, like I told you, I'm waiting for so and so to get off the track, and we're going to hang out, we're going to talk. You always want to be in a situation where you can de-escalate the situation. If you're in a situation and you see that the other person is getting hot, the other person is getting hostile, and you're not being held, then that allows you to say, okay, no problem, let me walk away. Why do it have to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? Somebody in that situation has to be the bigger person just to say, well, okay, no problem. Because it's like, what was so special about sitting under a tent to a school that you did not attend? I understand people can sit wherever they want to, but in a situation like that where every school has their own tent, why was he not with his own school? Why did he feel it necessary to sit under that particular tent? And then why continue to escalate the situation to the point that you feel like you need to defend yourself rather than just get up and walk away? Because no one want to be in a situation where they take a person's life and now they're locked up. They're serving time for something that could be avoided. And now this child is this 17-year-old child. He's because he's still a minor. He no longer has his life. His life ended at the age of 17, which is sad. Both situation is sad. The person who Carmelo that took his life, whether he's saying it's self defense or whatever, he still took a life, and he's going to have to go to court for that. And then also Austin no longer has a life. His life ended at the age of 17. So both people are 17 years old in a situation that could have been avoided, a situation that didn't even have to happen. And the reason I keep saying that this is not a racial situation, what about those two black girls that was on the track? One girl is running, she has her baton, she's running. Then the other girl decides to reach back and bop the other one on the head for no reason at all. She's saying, oh, it was an accident, my hand just flew up. No, you took it different angles I seen. You went back and intentionally bopped the girl on the head. She ended up getting a concussion and fell. And then now you're crying saying, oh, I don't understand why people are attacking me. I'm the victim. Y'all trying to say, instead of just taking accountability, this is what happened. I messed up. I did it. Why? So that's why I'm saying it's not racial, because, okay, with those two black girls, was it a racial situation? No, it was a situation that got out of hand. Instead of using, okay, I'm losing, or okay, I feel that she crossed, just let it go. It's not worth it. Just like this situation is not worth it. At some point, somebody got to be the bigger person and say, you know what, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to be the one that de-escalate this situation. Just like with the two women that was doing the interview on the street, and the one girl was asking about abortion rights, and the other girl got mad because of what she said, and she just bopped her in the eye, and she started bleeding. You can't just walk away. If she's saying something you don't like, she's saying something you don't agree, how hard is it just to walk away? How hard is it just to say, you know what, this conversation is over, let me just go? And just like she walked up, she could have walked away without touching her. And so I don't understand what part of that people don't understand. You can't, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to be the bigger person and say, I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to go ahead and stand here with this violence. So the question I have is, why not sit up under your own tent instead of sitting up under a tent to a school that you don't go to? And so it's hard for me to kind of grasp how did this escalate to someone losing their life over a situation that didn't even have to happen. That whole conversation between them two didn't even have to happen. Whether they knew each other or didn't know each other, whether he felt that Austin was a bully or not, he didn't have to be under that tent. And so, I don't feel that this is a racial thing. I don't feel that should be a political thing. It's just that people just need to, like I said, just explain what was the point of him being in that tent when he went to a totally different school that also had a tent he could sit up under to get up out of the rain, to be on his phone, to be around people that he's actually know and go to school with. You know, that's the part that has me questioning the whole situation, because I still feel that pieces are missing. James 1:19-20. Know this, my beloved brothers. Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Proverbs 19:11. Good sense make one slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook an offense. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. My name is Delmarshae. Please like, share, and subscribe.